fight to get back up and, trying to not let what I went through get me down and try to better myself. And just a while ago, excuse me, I went to see about, any place to live, like on Craigslist. I'm waiting on any answers if anybody has a place for me to go stay, So I just wish things would be easier. But one thing I wanted to say was, some people say that people with disabilities like me, targeted or not, and people who have anxiety disorders are better off having self-employment or working alone. And so, maybe because I'm targeted, agencies have never really tried that hard to help me get a job by myself. And I told them what I needed, and they act like they, still didn't want to help me. Like vocal rehab, Social Security ticket to work, they just leave me hanging. So I don't know if any of y'all targeted individuals or not. Whoever's watching this video, even if you're not targeted, does anybody have any job opportunity idea where I can be my own boss and run my own business and without anyone else having control over me or rulership or authority over me? Any ideas out there for something that you don't really need that much experience, that that can be lucrative? I mean, I'm not trying to make too much money, just enough to get by and just survive on my own without having to depend on others. But that's the thing. I have a bachelor's degree, but hardly much of any skills because of being locked away in the house for so many years. And then, so that's why I pretty much don't have life experience, pretty much, because the foster mom had done stuff like, keep us locked in the house and then use us as cleanup slaves and keep us punished all the time. So she just threw us out there being ignorant and not knowing much of anything, and then for us to be more susceptible to being taken advantage of by people. So I don't know what I can do with my stimulus money. I heard some people would invest in it. Invest their money, or some people would start their own business with it, or they would make surviving and prepping items. But I know trying to get a home, y'all probably think is my first priority. But, I read that on Wednesday it's supposed to have tornadoes, heavy storming, tornadoes, and hail, 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 tornadoes, heavy storming, thunderstorms, and everything on Wednesday. So the fact that I have this, usually I've been trying to look for a place that's $500 or less a month, but if not $500 a month, since I have the stimulus, I probably can bend it up a little bit and try to see about if I can afford $600 a month, because I have the stimulus. And I'm just praying for a business opportunity or a job opportunity. And I also went to look at the car section, the vehicle section. And I'm like, wow, if I could have got that, if what happened yesterday wouldn't have happened, and I would have still gotten to work, then, I thought that maybe I could have combined my work income plus the stimulus plus the my SSI and Social Security money to get me a vehicle, to get me a car. So, they said $500 down for a car, but the thing is, they want you to make at least 2,000 a month. But me personally, since I'm street homeless with no permanent address, they would not get me a car to finance. They said that if I wanted a car, I would have to have enough money to be able to pay for it outright. And then they said that if you don't have a permanent roof over your head, or if you're homeless, it'll be hard to get insurance if you're homeless. Because people who are homeless living in their car, they most likely had their car before they became homeless. Just like when people ask ignorant questions like, well, how are you able to have a cell phone if you're homeless? And I'm like, well, you ever heard of, you probably could have, or how can you have a computer if you're homeless? Well, what if I had a computer or a phone before I ended up homeless? Like, some people have this ignorant attitude, like as if they think that homeless people deserve nothing, or they're supposed to have nothing, So these perps are purposely talking loud around. I know we're in a loud mall, but I don't have any place else to go. And, I ate a big lunch. It was like $7.51. And, the fact that I ate so much is, I guess it can help me be awake for a little while until this evening. So I noticed that me being a targeted individual, it's like good or bad, past, present, or future experiences, or any plans for the future that's positive or negative, everything will be used against you for something worse. I can't even like mention anything positive, and then they will strip that away from me and use it against me. But then, if I'm already going through something bad, they'll kick me down harder, and make me feel worse. But I'm glad to have reassurance that I didn't do anything wrong yesterday. And some people say that I should be able to have a lawsuit case for what happened yesterday. Still bizarre, and I'm having a hard time trying to process, what they did to me yesterday. Just like, I'm trying to, I said for the rest of my life. Oh, they talking so loud around me, young ass kids. So, it's like I never want to be a W-2 or W-4 employee for as long as I live, for the rest of my life. So I would like to try to look for something independent that I can do on my own. That, or even if it's a skill that I can learn, like show me how to learn the skill. I mean, I gotta, gonna have the stimulus check. What classes or what skills or what something that I can, like a trade or something that I can learn, and then, hire myself, you know. So I'm still gonna stick to writing and stick to my ebooks and short stories and stuff like that. I'm sorry, I'm sleep deprived. A few days of sleep deprived, so forgive me for seeming a little weird and off. And I just had like a split second of lack of consciousness, like the micro sleeps. And I just had, like, I just blacked out for a couple of seconds. So forgive me, and I'm bored right now. So, and my anxiety is really high, and I'm tired, and I'm trying to force myself to stay awake. So I just wish I had my freedom and independence and be able to get to do what I want to do, rather than my life being so restricted. That's all I'm asking for, and I have the right to be left alone. I don't go around bothering people. I stay to myself. You can ask anybody, I stay to myself. So I'm just done rambling for now. From now, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I guess I'm gonna just sit here um, until this evening, and then go back downtown. So I mean, I just wish I wish that I was understood more and that people had more compassion for me, and I would like to be more compassionate towards other people. I mean, I am, but I'm just letting y'all know that I'm here to support y'all as well. So thanks for listening. Bye for now. I'll see y'all next week.